Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2018 mid-month general readings. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, your support, feedback, and comments. Always welcome and appreciated. And thank you also to all of my clients out there, regular and new. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for keeping me so continuously busy with those personal one-on-one readings. If any of you are interested in a one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, and you haven't read with me before, you can get more information and my contact details by going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button. You can also get my contact details by looking at the description bar of all the videos that I post. Turnaround time for personal videos or personal readings with me, live or recorded, is usually pretty fast. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So I'm usually able to get back with you within the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact with more information. Scheduling readings, live or recorded, can be anywhere from a few days if I get cancellations and reschedules, upwards of a couple of weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time or so. We can schedule a reading with you. So if you're interested, send me an email at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. For those of you who are not looking for the traditional in-depth readings, you just maybe have a decision you need to make quickly or a fast question or two you just want a fast answer to, you can connect with me more quickly or more immediately by finding me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That's also with my contact details. They have a one question, one answer option, a video chat option, a phone option, or you can open it up for a short little reading via text. So that's something else for you to check out. All right, let's get into this. This reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius for the month of March 2018 mid-month. So we're looking at the remainder of March. I am recording these in the second week of March. Check your rising and your moon sign videos as well if you know them. That can give you additional insight and clarification, or resonate more predictively for you. It's a general reading. There's many of you watching, so it may resonate in different areas to different degrees for those of you watching. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what the remainder of March has in store for you. We have the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Cups, the Star, followed by the Seven of Wands, and from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and focus and guidance for the remainder of March is the Ace of Pentacles. Let me just take a look here. Okay, Sagittarius, so your overall energy for the next couple of weeks is the Ace of Pentacles. So it looks like there's a new beginning. Some of you, I mean, timing being fluid, of course. I usually pull 2 cards per week, but I always say time is somewhat fluid. So this might be something that's already going on for you, or something you're in the middle of, or something you're trying to make up your mind about. This represents tangible new beginnings, being at the start of a new path, or the opportunity to start something new that's a practical, tangible something, because aces represent the number 1, so they always represent the start of something, the being at the beginning of a new path, or the opportunity to do so. Pentacles is earth energy, and that usually manifests in an earthly, tangible, concrete way. It's usually around things that we can see and touch and feel, or make a practical difference in our life. Money, finance, property, real estate, assets, job, etc. So the Ace of Pentacles can represent you're starting off on a new path. This is, or you have the opportunity to. This is often a card that comes up for moving, relocating, starting a new job, all things which or a combination of all of those things. You might be moving or relocating to start a new job. All of those things which represent a tangible new beginning that will make a difference in a practical way in your day-to-day life. The Ace of Pentacles can sometimes represent receiving a sum of money, sometimes an unexpected sum of money, or resources that enable you to have a practical, tangible new beginning. So it looks like for a lot of you, and the specifics and details of this will vary because it's a general reading. They can be kind of tricky that way. For some of you, it might be starting a new job. Or the opportunity to start a new job. For some of you, it might be moving, relocating, perhaps the opportunity to get into your first home, perhaps a very tangible project of some kind. Perhaps you've received or are receiving or will be receiving you know, some money or resources or a combination of those that will enable you to have a new beginning. It looks quite nice and bright and hopeful and positive. Aces in the upright always do because they represent kind of a little extra shot of luck, a little extra blessing on something. So always nice to see, and that's your overall energy and focus for the remainder of March. So we have around the middle or so of March 2018, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Let me just take a look at your elemental energy here. We have 2 Pentacles, 1 Cup, 1 Wand, and the Star card. One of my favorite major arcana cards. Love the Star. So you have a little bit of water or emotional energy. You have a little bit of Wands, which is fire, building energy. You have a little bit more Pentacles, which is earth energy. So for the majority of you, this is probably going to manifest in that area of your life that deals with, you know, those tangible, practical things. So the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. The Three of Pentacles, more earth energy here. It's a card of teamwork, compromise, negotiation, which means that you have to know what's important, what your priorities are. My analogy for the Three of Pentacles is always in the middle of something, right? My analogy for the Three of Pentacles is you have one common cause or one purpose that everybody agrees on. Everybody may not always agree on how it needs to be accomplished. Like say you have a building, one big building or a cathedral you need to build, something you're trying to accomplish, and so that's the big goal. And of course along the way you set reasonable, achievable goals along the way of accomplishing those, and every time you accomplish one of those smaller goals on the path to, you know, building the entire building, it's an achievement, you know, and it requires people working together to do that. All different kinds of people, different personalities. They may not always agree on the best way for things to get done, but it's about everybody kind of coming together, compromise, negotiation, because everybody agrees that there is something that needs to be accomplished. So it's a card about teamwork, which requires compromise and negotiation, which can sometimes be a little challenging, getting everybody on the same page. But but compromise and negotiation means that not everybody gets exactly what they want, but they need to agree on what's the most important thing, what's the thing that everybody's kind of trying to work on, creating, building, working towards. And so it's a card of teamwork in that sense. Now, it's accompanied and clarified by the Page of Cups. Pages can represent young people or children. They often represent messages because pages were messengers. They have that student apprenticeship energy, so it's always young, fresh energy. It always represents being at the introductory kind of place of things. So the Page of Cups could be messages of love, messages of emotional support, or just messages. That's more the Knight of Cups. The Page of Cups is, you know, it's a message which carries some kind of emotional content with it. And in the upright position, the implication is that it's positive. The Page of Cups can also is kind of similar to the Ace of Cups. But it's more message focused. You know, it's with the Three of Pentacles, it could be, you know, it could be that you've I mean, you have this obvious new begin, this tangible new beginning in front of you. And I feel like for some of you, you may be receiving messages from people around you that are actually encouraging you to take this new offer or opportunity that's in front of you or that you're already starting out on. You may just be receiving positive, hopeful, supportive messages about that, because I feel like for some of you, there's a bit of there may be a bit of fear and reluctance in moving forward on whatever this new offer or opportunity is. Even if you've decided you're already starting out on it, there may be some fear and reluctance, because I'm feeling kind of a sense, and we have the Seven of Wands that echoes that. Maybe a bit of defensiveness or wanting to hold on to something old or something that you're used to or something that you've invested a lot into. Because new beginnings, even as bright and positive as they may look, can be a little intimidating or overwhelming or nerve-wracking sometimes. And I feel like for a lot of you, This kind of sense of message, of positive emotional messages or emotional support is connected to a group of people who are encouraging you on this path, who might in fact be the ones offering you this, and are saying, Sagittarius, that you're not alone on this path, that there's going to be people there to help, especially if it's like moving or a new project, you know, building something, that you're not alone, that you're not going to be alone on this path, that you have a lot of help and support. You know, if there's any kind of drama or conflict around it, the Three of Pentacles is about, okay, everybody's kind of agreeing on this thing, so it's just about getting everybody on the same page if it's very concretely project focused. But I feel like there's just a lot of support. And it could be too, for some of you Sagittarians, that you are starting something new or involved with people who are starting something new. And it might be, I think for some of you, I'm getting the message, it's your role to keep everybody kind of, or it's part of your role is to kind of keep everybody focused on what's really important. And you know, this project or this new beginning, it feels like even though there's only one cup card, it has a positive emotional impact. There's a sense of hopefulness and anticipatory excitement about it, looking forward into the future. But there is maybe some reluctance, some you know, maybe wanting to hold on to the tried and true, the familiar, whether it's you or somebody else within this group. You know, in starting this new path or this new beginning or new project. Again, the details and specifics, because it's a general reading, they can be kind of tricky because you're reading for so many people. The details and specifics are going to vary, but the energy fundamentally remains the same. So at or towards the end of March 2018, we have the Star and the Seven of Wands. The Star is crowning it over the Seven of Wands, which I really like, because the Seven of Wands is that kind of defensive energy I was talking about, and not necessarily, you know, in a truly negative way. I mean, no card is a standalone in the spread. You have to look at the influencing energy of the cards around it. Sometimes this is standing up for yourself or someone else. It's about defending what you feel is yours, or defending something you have an attachment to. And usually we have an attachment to things, people, places, situations, homes, because of the history we have with them, of everything that we've put into it, which is what this man is doing. He's standing in front of the door to his home, his castle, his keep, whatever it is that he feels strongly about or feels attached to, that he knows, because he feels, you know, a bit threatened or challenged in some way. So it's a card of being protective, defensive, guarded. And I feel like sometimes it can be a card that represents being too defensive about something, just because you're very attached to it, and you may be, because your overall energy and focus is the Ace of Pentacles. There's this beautiful, tangible new opportunity in front of you, or perhaps you've just begun it. But there's this sense of maybe reluctance and resistance on your part, or somebody else, you know, about still kind of being defensive about it. This is a card of holding on to the familiar, of what we know as well too, and you have something new in front of you. So there may just be a sense of, you know, fear of the unfamiliar and the unknown, even if this is a path that you're already committed to being on, Sagittarius. So what's crowning that is the Star card, which I love, because this is a card of hope, faith, and optimism, but it's renewed hope, faith, and optimism, because it typically shows up after a period of challenge or darkness or pain or difficulty or sadness or depression. It's kind of a winter into spring, darkness into light, sickness into health kind of feeling. It's if you had a bad breakup or divorce, and you kind of went off to, you know, heal and all of that. And one day you realize that life is still meant to be lived, and that love is still out there for you. It's a card that sometimes shows up when someone's been ill for a long time and they're finally beginning to recover. When someone's been depressed for a while and they finally are beginning to recover from that. So it's a card of renewed, something occurring, a renewed hope, faith, and optimism. It's actually a card about walking in faith and trusting in divine timing and orchestration, trusting in walking the path and pursuing this opportunity, this new path that's in front of you, because it was placed there for a reason. The reason may not be obvious. You may not know exactly everything yet, hindsight, right? And you may not be able to see too far down the path, but it's there for a reason. And this is trusting in that divine timing and orchestration by doing your share of the work, which is walking in faith, which is like, okay, I'm on this path, I'm a little scared, but I'm going to keep putting one foot in front of the other, whatever that work means to you. It's walking in faith, because it's a card of wish fulfillment, and trusting that this new beginning, this new path is meant for you for a reason. She's emptying her pitchers completely, emptying them completely out into the reservoir she's kneeling in, with perfect faith and confidence that when she needs water, it will be there, that her sources will be refilled, because the source itself is limitless. Trusting divine timing, orchestration, hope, faith, renewal of that, which will go a long way towards, walking in faith means that we let go of the known, the tried, the true, the familiar. We let go, and even if we're shaking the whole way and stumble, walking in faith means that we slowly put down our wands and walk and keep going. So for those of you who have this tangible new beginning and you're a little overwhelmed or intimidated, whether it's actually moving to another place, relocating to another place, starting a new job or a new project of some kind, if it's your defensiveness or somebody else's, if it's somebody else's, because I feel like some of you, you're in the supportive role, and the star card is hope, faith, and optimism, and do what you can to kind of keep them focused on the positive about it, what we're working for, what we're hoping to have by walking this new path and having this new beginning. And if it's you, remind yourself of that as well, Sagittarius. It's a lovely, bright reading. Yeah. So Sagittarius, that pretty much wraps up your March 2018 mid-month general reading. Thank you for watching it. I hope that you enjoyed it or found it useful in some way. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the About button for more information. You can look at the description bar of all the videos I post for my contact details. Feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy as well. I will see you all in a couple of weeks, Sagittarius, for the April 2018 general readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.